Yeah, so where the issue became is there wasn't any kind of much support outside of that. So full credit to them. They did guide me, and they did show me how do I get on Libsyn, how do I get on iTunes, blah, 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 this other stuff. Outside of that, there wasn't anything like, and I don't blame them entirely. I'm sure they wanted to, but they just didn't have the capabilities for what I was looking to do. So first off the bat, I was restricted to airing one day out of the week, because they had other shows on the network that aired on different dates, and they didn't want to, cannibalize on the fans and all that stuff. So so one day, I'm all right. So I'll stick with that.
They're holding you back then
A little bit, just off of that. One day. Second, it became a thing where it's like, hey, I really need to get a video, or I need to get this. Oh, okay, we're going to send somebody out. Oh, it canceled. We're in San Diego. You're in Orange County. It's going to take this much amount of time to meet you. And then now you got to deal with 3 different people's schedules. Their schedule, my schedule, and the artist's schedule, right? And it just wasn't working, and I was losing interviews because of that.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. So that and... It just, I felt almost like they were just piggybacking off of the success that the show was doing. And I don't want to sound bad, but despite the fact that we were only once a day, we were making or once a week, we were making a lot of noise in the scene. And I just felt that at the end of the day, they were just piggybacking more than anything. It was like,
so you got into the situation expecting access to certain resources.
Well, that's what they came to me with.
Those resources didn't materialize. Yeah.
Right. Because at first they're like, the number one thing they said to me is, you will be able to have our black book. Like, our black book will be open to you. Anyone that we've interviewed in the past, you're more than free to be interviewed. Okay. And I gave them a test run, and I said, excellent. I want this artist, and I don't think it'll be an issue mentioning him. I want Matt Child from Swollen Members, right?
Oh.
And they go, oh, not a problem. Matt Child, guaranteed, we'll get it done. We'll send an email out. Okay. Hey, have you heard back? Nothing. We'll send another email. Have you heard back? Nothing. We'll send it. And it just became apparent that, they're not able to do it for whatever reason, or it wasn't as open to them as they had intentionally said it was. Like, oh, here, call, here. So everyone that we've booked, and this is true, I don't have an issue saying it, I have booked everyone. The one person that the Platform Collection did help me out with was Rocca from Dilated Peoples. I'll give them full credit for that. Outside of that, there wasn't anyone else that they shot to me. There wasn't anyone emails that they gave me in contact with. Everything else was done through me. Until recently, I have not had help with any bookings. So the resources that they like to provide, they weren't providing them. And with the once a week release, it just wasn't there. I mean, since then, we're releasing now 3 days out of the week.
Right. No, that's, I mean, like, I think the crux of the matter is, if they're restricting you to a one time a week thing, then that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. If you have that much content and they're not giving you a place to do it, like, and the reason I asked was not really to stir up any kind of drama, but Funkhauser and I are kind of old school. We come from a traditional broadcast background, AM, FM. I was super futuristic in that I did a whole bunch of work for Sirius XM satellite radio.
By the way, AD on the radio news time 9:55.
Oh, thank you. See, exactly.
I feel
old
complete
school
now. I contributed to the show.
Did not really understand what the idea of a podcast network was. I know Corolla has, a whole bunch of stuff that he does, but I mean, like, I go to Corolla for Corolla. That's what I listen to. And that's all that I listen to. I don't listen to any of his offshoot things. I don't, his motivational speaker podcast, I can't remember what that's called, but that's, sort of like you got to pay $2-3 a month for it. And I'm like, I'm interested, but not, it's not even the $2 or $3 a month that bothers me. It's I got to go here. I got to pull out my credit card. It's the whole big thing, the hoops you got to jump through to pay for something. Forget it. I say, forget it. It's like homework. So I'd never really understood what the benefits of being part of a podcast network were. I'm sure there are benefits because a whole bunch of them exist, but I didn't get it. So part of it was I wanted to sort of like unravel what happened between you and these folks that I met, because I was like, oh my gosh, hey, people that know Concept 714, ooh, people that stopped working with Concept 714 recently. I was like, well, this will be juicy when he comes on the show. Cool. But like I just, most of it was I wanted to know what the benefits of being part of a podcast network were, and so I guess to me, in your case, it was a sharing of resources is what you were looking for.
So they were the senior podcast. So they had already been around for 2-3 years before us. and they had interviewed an impressive amount of people. Like the resume that they claim to have, or that they do have, you can see it on their website, right? And then it tells you the pictures of who they interview. It's very impressive, especially for a hip hop head like me. So we're seeing names like Evidence, and all these other names that I'm like, whoa, I can't believe you actually talked to these people, Cool G Rap, I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. So I was very excited, right? So those are the benefits of getting with a platform. Something like Adam, where he has like a global and worldwide, like Allison Rosen. I'll give you a perfect example. No one knew who Allison Rosen was. She now has one of the top podcasts on iTunes, just being on the podcast network. Since then, they've also parted because situations come where people can't appreciate the people that they're working with, I think, is one of the things that happens. I mean, I can speak from experience. The appreciation and what they're worth is not there. So one party's going to leave eventually.
It's interesting. We know Gina Grad, the person who replaced Allison Rosen on that show. And what's funny is I actually listened to the episode of Carolla's podcast where he talked about why he no longer wanted to work with Allison Rosen. And, he made some very good cogent points. But ultimately, he said, his exact words were, I'm a very big fan of Howard Stern and Robin. And the way Robin sort of like backs up Stern by showing constant interest in what he does to help pimp up the brand that is Stern. He was like, I was looking for that on the show, and I really wasn't getting it. Allison Rosen seemed less like a sidekick and more like someone who wanted to go off and do her own thing. And I think a big part of the reason why Allison Rosen had such big success with her podcast is the fact that people were listening to her every single day. Oh my gosh, we're out of time. Concept 714.
Yes, sir.
The time just flies by when you're here, and we look forward to the next time you're here. Thank you so much for alerting us to our egregious broadcasting errors. We will attempt to do better, so you'll have less complaints when you come back.
Absolutely. I like it.
Thank you, Funk. Thank you. Thank you, Concept.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you, everybody.
Sometimes you feel like it's cool to turn the other cheek and give people the benefit of the doubt even when they don't deserve it. And sometimes you feel good about yourself for being a better person and doing that. Well, this is not one of those times. I don't think you're